Ramasundram sir.
Sir, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Fine, sir. आप कैसे हैं?
बस बढ़िया सर.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. V.P. Choudhary Sahib, respected Dr. P. Ramasundram sir, National Coordinator NAHEP IDP, ICI New Delhi, respected Mr. Satish Talivati sir, Co-founder and CEO, Intellect Solutions and Blockchain Practitioner, respected Mr. Jatin Khattaria sir, Founder and CEO, V-Shape Up and Screening Committee Member of Startup India Scheme, respected HM Gajipura sir, Convener of this training program as well as the Director of Extension Education, respected PM Chavan sir, Registrar and Copy IDP, respected Dr. P. Monak sir, ADR and Nodal Officer ICAR, Dr. K.C. Patel sir, Director IT sir, Organizing Secretaries of the program, support staff and students. Very good evening. This is the valedictory session, and on this auspicious occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, thank you for participating in this valedictory session. As a beginning of this session, let us have welcome address, which is to be given by Dr. V.D. Tharparasa, who is the Organizing Secretary, as well as the Associate Professor at the Department of Agricultural Economics, COA, JAU Junagadh.
Very good evening to all. A very warm Gandhi Jayanti wishes. On this auspicious day, let us all derive inspiration from the life and times of Mahatma Gandhi ji. Welcome you all to valedictory section of the 5-day Entrepreneurship Development Training Program on Emerging Dimension on Agribusiness Development and Trade, organized by Department of Agriculture Economics, College of Agriculture, JAU Junagadh from 28 September to 2nd October 2020. This training program was conducted as a part of NAHEP IDP outreach, and this is the 51st event of our college and 6th event of the department under the aegis of NAHEP IDP at our university. I wholeheartedly welcome to Dr. V.P. Choudhary sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor and the Principal Investigator of this project to this valedictory session of the training program. I also welcome and thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor for his acceptance to serve as the President of this session. I also take this opportunity to welcome Dr. P. Ramasundram sir, National Coordinator NAHEP IDP, ICAR New Delhi. Thank you, Dr. Ramasundram sir, for accepting our invitation and joining us. It is our pleasure to have you here, and we are very eager to listen to your keynote address. It is also my honor to invite Mr. Satish Talivati, co-founder and CEO of Intellect Solutions Private Limited, Chennai, and a leading blockchain practitioner of the country. A lecture on blockchain technology for agriculture given by Mr. Satish has garnered more than 500 views on YouTube and still going strong. I once again welcome Mr. Satish to this session as our guest of honor. I also partake this opportunity to welcome Mr. Jatin Khattaria, founder and CEO, V-Shape Up and Screening Committee Member, Startup India Scheme. Thank you, Mr. Jatin, for your wonderful lecture on startup culture in agriculture, and welcome to this valedictory session as our guest of honor. I also welcome Dr. HM Gajipura sir, convener of this training program and Director of Extension Education, JAU Junagadh, to this session. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. PM Chauhan sir, Registrar and Co-PI IDP, Dr. P. Monak sir, ADR and Nodal Officer ICAR, Dr. K. Khut sir, Principal and Co-PI of College of Agriculture, JAU Junagadh, and Dr. K.C. Patel, Director IT sir. I also welcome the organizing secretaries and other faculty members associated for the successful training of this training program. Last but not least, I welcome our 1,100 selected student participants from College of Agriculture Junagadh, College of Agriculture Amreli, College of Agriculture Khapar, and College of Horticulture Junagadh on this occasion. despite the testing time of the COVID-19 pandemic, we feel proud in seeing you participating with boundless enthusiasm throughout the training program. We would love to hear your feedback and how beneficial was this program in shaping your understanding the latest update related to your domain. I also welcome all the research associates and support staff involved in the successful conduct of this training program. I once again welcome you all, one in all, way.
Thank you, sir, for your very wonderful welcome address in welcoming all our dignitaries as well as students. Thank you, sir. Now it's time for the opening remarks. I request Dr. P. Mohanad, sir, ADR of our university, as well as the nodal officer of ICAR, to deliver his opening remarks.
Good evening, one and all. On the occasion of the valedictory function of this 5 days training program on emerging dimensions in agribusiness development and trade, it is my proud privilege to be part of this valedictory function. In this valedictory function, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. V.P. Chaudhary, sir, Director of Extension, Dr. H.N. Gajipara, sir, the chief guest of this program, Dr. Ramasundaram, sir, National Coordinator of this IDP program, the mentors of this training program, Mr. Satish Salvati and Mr. Jatin Kataria, Principal of College of Agriculture and co-PIU of this program, Dr. K. Khut, sir, Registrar of our university and co-PIU of this IDP program, Dr. P.M. Chauhan, sir, Director IT, Dr. K.C. Patel, and the organizing secretary of this program, very important program, Dr. P. Swaminathan and V.D. Tarpara, all the participant students, about 100 students from various colleges, the supporting staff from our college and this program. It is my privilege to be here in this 5 days program. Let us hope that this was a very good, successful program. It was well planned and very good lectures was kept so that the students get acquainted to have their own business. Rather being a job seeker, they should be job provider. We have done very good number of series of programs under this program, and with the result of those programs, many students got their placement, many students got their own business. There are very good success stories out of this program, and the result of this program, we could be able to send our 24 students to the foreign training, and now in coming time we are going to start the international training virtually, so that the students get benefit of international training when they are at home. Side by side, we are doing both the jobs. The students are attending the classes, the regular classes, and these programs are running in almost all the faculties, and especially the UG students, they are getting benefit of the renowned faculty or renowned expert from outside the university and on the specific subjects. And these subjects have been selected such that the students get extra knowledge which are not being covered in their regular course curriculum. This subject, agribusiness development and trade, we have already conducted a workshop and in which about 5,000 participants were participated, and that was really a successful program. And in that line, the advances in the agribusiness has been discussed in this program, and various experts were invited in this lecture, this training program. I hope the students are benefited, and certainly we get their feedback in this valedictory function. Thank you, the organizer, for inviting me to attend this wonderful program. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your opening remarks. And now it's time for us to have special address. I invite Dr. P.M. Chavan, sir, Registrar and co-PIDP of our university, for a special address.
Thank you. Respected Dr. V.P. Chavan, sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Junagadh Agriculture University, Dr. Ramasundram, sir, the PI of, coordinator of the national coordinator of this NAP, particularly IDP program. Then our Director of Extension Education, Dr. M.H. Kajipra, sir, Principal and Dean, College of Agriculture, Dr. K. Kumsa, Dr. Mohanot, the ADR, Dr. K.C. Patel, Dr. Swaminathan, and the trainers of this training, particularly Jatin Bhai and others. Very warm evening to all. Really, this program, I was available during the inauguration program of this training program of 5 days. I was also going a little bit on content of this program and found that really a very important topics they have selected, looking to the recent time, particularly when the bill is passed through our parliament on the marketing, free marketing of the agriculture produce, and there is among the farmers there is a still confusion that whether it is beneficial to the farmers or it is difficult for the farmers. But so far it is now debatable, and I think they have considered the one topic in this, and it's really very good to note that this is a very useful training for the students, particularly looking to the COVID problem. Most of the students are now at home and they are joining virtually in different trainings. And like this training, when this COVID problem and what is the impact on the agriculture marketing and trade is very important, because presently the one national program we have conducted on this difficulty of COVID on the agriculture marketing and produce, agriculture produce marketing and trade. And in that, we have observed that there are a lot of problems nowadays in industries also, because of many industries are not working properly. So the agriculture processing, produce agriculture processing, then the fish processing or fish marketing, then there is a dairy sites and all that now not that much of feeling comfortable during this COVID. And the students are coming up because to the new ideas how to cope up this stress of agriculture and how to benefit the farmers. And in that direction, some students have also come up and they have designed some apps so that the farmers can go through that apps for the marketing. It's a really remarkable achievement by the students, because they are getting new ideas and during this COVID problem. And we also found that the students are very much interested to join this kind of the training when they are benefiting them to setting up the new venture or business. And one student came up with a new idea of organic produce marketing through the e-marketing, and he has set up a app also for that. And last time we have shown to in our workshop or in our national seminar webinar. So like this, there are the new opportunities also there, as well as there is the problems also there. So this COVID-19 has opened the new markets for particularly for the e-commerce or e-marketing, as well as those who have the conventional marketing. They are still feeling the difficulties in how to sell their produce. So definitely the students will come up with new ideas, and this kind of the skill development program or entrepreneurship type of program will benefit to them. So I really I congratulate the organizers that they come up with this kind of with a good skill-oriented training or entrepreneurship development program. And I hope that the students must have been benefited through this kind of the training. And I really happy that particularly under the guidance of the Dr. M.H. Gadipura and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, this department has organized number of trainings on related to the economics of the agriculture produce. And I think this department is leading in among the other departments. So again, I congratulate Dr. Swaminathan and Dr. Gaji Prasad and all this team. And I thank really to give me an opportunity to say a few words. Thank you all. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your special address outlining the importance of e-marketing and how the NAHEP IDP program has helped our students in finding new avenues apart from the traditional avenues available. Right. Now it's time for our guest of honor address. We have two speakers who have been our guest lecturers. First one is Mr. Satish Salivati sir, and then we have Mr. Jatin Khataria sir. Now I request Mr. Satish Salivati sir for his guest of honor address. Satish Salivati sir is the co-founder and CEO of Intellect Solutions Private Limited. He's also a blockchain practitioner, and he gave the first lecture of this training program. His lecture was an instant hit, and students were very familiar with blockchain now. And even in YouTube, his session has been live streamed on YouTube. It has garnered 500 views so far, and it has been committed as one of the best lecturers in this training program. Thank you so much for joining us, and we would like to have your guest of honor.
A very good evening to everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Swaminathan. I first of all take this opportunity to congratulate the university for having organized this Emerging Dimensions in Agribusiness workshop. I think the need for having conversations from outside the academic sphere is becoming very, very important. And in my 20 years of experience in the technology space, I think the students who have actually come out of colleges who've been successful in any venture have been those who've always looked at trying to look at what is happening outside and try and innovate, right? So first of all, I'd like to thank the university for having given me the opportunity. We are actually living in challenging times, and but the thing is that I think the previous speaker spoke about how with challenges, with adversity come opportunities. And I think this challenge, I think, has brought out the need for the need and importance of agriculture. We have phenomenal targets in mind, things that we want to do in agriculture. All these years, we've always been an innovative agri-economy, but the lack of technology and the lack of know-how have not helped us reach the levels that we wanted. But I think we are living at times where the technology gap is being bridged. And I am a very strong proponent that technology is actually going to take agriculture way ahead. And India is going to be one of the biggest and most important players in agriculture. Clearly with the quality of the scientists we have, the quality of innovations, the amount of innovations we have, and with technology as the backbone. I think in the next decade or so, we have seen, we are going to see growth of not just innovations in agriculture, we're also going to see a huge spurt of innovation and technology going hand in hand. There is a big, what I see in my last 3-4 years of being in the agri-tech space, I see a lot of interest from every single common consumer about the quality of produce. Everybody's wanting to go through what goes in, what's happening at the farmer's end. So there is a lot of interest at the consumer end as well. There is a need, for us to bring a lot of innovations in traceability, ability to track and provide information to the farmer on the one side and to the consumer on the other. And I think technology is one of the key drivers that's going to help us achieve this. What I would like to say to the students of the Agri University is that according to me, there are 3 key factors which will help us achieve excellence in agriculture in the next decade. The first one, like I said, is innovation. So always look at opportunities. It was great to hear that students have developed apps. So all of us can make a difference. So please understand that as students, you have the greatest opportunity to learn and contribute. I've always believed in this concept of reverse mentoring, and in my organization, I always have youngsters from whom I learn a lot, right? And I always encourage other businesses also to do that. So there is a lot of input, a lot of because youngsters pick up technology. They're all born in a world where technology is second nature. So all of you as students have a lot to contribute while you're studying. So first thing is to innovate. Look at understanding the different problems that are there, and bring your perspective. Look at how you can innovate. Offer solutions. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Always look at being entrepreneurial in your mindset, which is to take risk and make your point. So be innovative. Second is learn about technology. Every domain today, every domain is going digital. Whatever we do today, there's a large portion of what's happening which is digital. There is a need for us to understand how technology can impact our domain. So in agriculture, there is a huge impact that technology is already having and is going to have. So it's good that the university has started with a conclave like this, where we're talking about technologies like blockchain, which I believe is transformative and foundational and can have a huge impact. So look at different technologies, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's machine learning, whether it's blockchain, and students and scientists from agriculture have the domain expertise and knowledge in these technologies and what impact it can make these solutions a lot better. The third point I'd like to make is the fact that become more entrepreneurial in your mindset, right? Take responsibility, try out different solutions. Participate in hackathons. Look at all opportunities to try and create a difference. It doesn't matter if you're just students. I think students of today have a huge potential, and in a space like agriculture, which I think is going to be the growth area for India, and with the focus of doubling farmers' income and becoming Atmanirbhar, I think agri is going to play a key role. So all of you have a huge role to play. So these are the things I want to share. So work with technology, learn technology, try and adapt to technology. People like us are always there to help, support. I'm always happy and glad to help students, and I always make it a point to interact with students on a daily basis. And I'm happy to see the interest that the session has generated, and I'm sure all the other sessions were very, very useful. So take time, learn a lot more about technology. Feel free to reach out to people like us. We'll be happy to collaborate, help you innovate with technology. And just wishing all the students and the university all the very best in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Satish Salivati sir, for your guest of honor address, outlining the importance of technology in agriculture and how, after this COVID-19 pandemic, agriculture can really boost Indian economy. Thank you, sir. Now it's time for us to have guest of honor address of Mr. Jatin Kataria, sir. He is the founder and CEO of V-Shape-Up, and he's also the screening committee member in Startup India scheme. We have his wonderful lecture on startup culture and agriculture, which the students really enjoyed, and there were so many queries also. Thank you, sir, for joining us. It's time for a guest lecture. Yeah, audience.
So I had a good conversation with everyone, and I guess more of the last piece of thing that I would love to share with everyone is that as I said earlier, I say now as well. The world is moving great. The world is moving fast. It's all about how fast you can reinvent. So it's not only about innovation. I guess it's more about reinvention as well. So if things doesn't work in X way, figure out how it can work on Y way. Do not afraid of failures. Fail fast, fail now. Early failure is cheaper. Later failure is expensive. So always keep that in mind. It's not about you. It's not about your idea. It's about your customers. If you are solving problems of probable customers or client or users, and if you are creating an impact, I guess that is the only thing that is important at the end of the day. That whether you are solving a problem or not. So if you are solving a problem, if you are bringing a good solution, It's absolutely great. Next can be don't treat your ideas, your product, or your company as your baby. It's okay if somebody criticizes it. It's okay if somebody be critical about it. It's okay if somebody says no about it. That's absolutely fine. Everyone is not your customers. Listen to them, keep on improving. That is always the best thing. One more thing is maybe can be applicable on the larger perspective is that try to identify early adopters. So if you are first time entrepreneur, if you make this pen, don't sell this pen. Ask people, or maybe you can reply in the chat box as well. That, do you watch movie without taking reviews? That is the first question that should be going to people when you are going to ask. So it's a question to you as well, that do you watch movies without taking reviews? Yes or no? If you find people who watch movies without taking reviews, then only sell the product, because then there is a higher probability of them buying the product. You need to find this kind of hacks which can limit the demotivation aspect of you. So if you talk to people who are early adopters, there is a higher chances of them becoming your probable customers or them giving a good advice. Somebody who is not early adopter, they will not be able to understand your product, they will not be able to understand you, they'll eventually end up might criticizing you, which is great, but if you're not mentally ready, make sure that you find your own hack to be positive about your venture. Always be solution oriented, always be hopeful. Maybe hopeful can be a limited word, but I always say that in life, always be hopelessly optimistic, and not just optimistic. Be hopelessly optimistic and try to be realistic implementation of it. Do fast, do now, and maybe whatever venture you run on, whatever life that you carry on, make sure that you have 2 to 4 mentors around it. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone should have a mentor. Every venture should have a mentor. Even mentors should have mentors. So that's always needed with whom somebody you can bounce back. Always focus on the problem, whose problem you're trying to solve, how big the problem is, what is the solution. Keep on improving solution, keep on listening to your probable customers. Do it now. And I'm repeating a few things I know, but this is the only thing that matters in life when you go ahead. And try to understand what is happening in the world. So I am just sharing few links with you in the chat box, probably 13 links. I have just made a list of it and shared with you. Go through these links, spend some time there, understand what you can do, utilize those links. A lot of ministry, Gujarat, India, other different private platforms, they're doing a lot of things from you can get an exposure and experience. So have a look, talk to people like you to each other. If you know about something, you're already late. Keep that in mind. So try is where you can find it early. So if information is coming to you, you are late. If you're going to information, you might be early. I guess these are the conclusions. Only thing is remember that have meaningful fun while running your venture. If you're not doing it, you might be in the wrong path. And make your customers happy. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Jatin sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for sharing your perspectives that even when the market is being saturated and how to penetrate it. Thank you for sharing valid examples in your lecture as well. Thank you, sir. Now it's time for us to have feedback of the participants. Okay, so we have participants 100 in number from 4 colleges of our university. We would like to have feedback of them. So we'll have feedback. Let us start with boys. Hello?
नाम बोल दो ना इसमें
क्या नाम नहीं सर volunteers
अच्छा voluntary
volunteer feedback ना hello give a feedback
डिसाइड कर ले पहले डिसाइड कर ले
कर दिया सर रातुर दृष्टिबेन are you there? Jatin Soni, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah, you can have.
Yes, sir.
Okay, first Jatin Soni, followed by Ratu Rashti. Right? Yeah, Jatin Soni.
Good afternoon to all honorables, dignitaries, and all the seniors. I'm very thankful for opting me for this 5-day vocational training program. I'm very glad for this training. I'm thankful to all my seniors and I am here to enlighten some of the topics which I am interested, and I learn a lot from these. First of all, I am very thankful to Mr. Satish Salivati, who had given a lecture on the topic of blockchain technology for agriculture. Taught us about the blockchain system, type of distributed database which comprises of unchangeable digital record data in package. And these packages are known as block. These are arranged in linear, and also taught us about the key principle of these, that these are security, and the second one is peer-to-peer, that we did not include any third party, and third one is transparency. And we have had a second lecture of Mr. Karan Bhasin on the decoding new farm bill. I just want to say that it's my point of view that you all know that in Corona time, India economy is very down as compared to the other sectors. But if you notice that only the agriculture sector is the only one who had a 3% of push in the Indian economy. That's why I feel glad that I'm having a agriculture student. And
Jatin, you focus only on the major learnings, okay, not on each other. Na?
okay,
You have only
sir.
1 minute time. Just focus what you have learned, the skills that you have obtained. Because
Okay,
you have,
sir.
all the sessions, time will run out.
Okay, sir.
What is
We had
important you have obtained, that's it.
Okay, sir. We had a lecture of Mr. Tasim Pasta, who had a topic on the recession-free export-import. I also attend his lecture in our university in the last year on the
Okay,
processed food.
Jatin, we'll,
Yes, sir.
okay, that's it. So it was beneficial for you, right? We'll take that.
Yes,
from
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Jatin, for your feedback.
Okay.
Now it's time for Rathod Dashtiben. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can give your feedback. Keep it short. Now, within 1 minute, you have to give your feedback.
Okay, okay.
Focus on the major learnings, not on the sessions.
Good evening to all dignitaries and students. With warm greetings, I am Drashti, sharing my great learning experience with this training program in front of you people. As being a student, I was not much more aware about market and trades. But with this amazing program, I familiar with broad term the blockchain technology, farm bill, commodity, NCDX, new food trends across the world, how to defeat the recession with innovation, and various support systems for startups like NABARD and Medi government schemes. With the market ministry and mission Mera Mobile, Mera Market, have a vision to join that particular mission. During the session of documentation and communication, I felt myself a successful manufacturer exporter who was doing all the documentation and handling the clients as much as good efforts. With the digital marketing skills and looking at the many startups opportunities in agriculture, I will definitely become a successful entrepreneur in future. As the training was very much useful, informative, and interesting as well. So I would like to thank you to all my training mentors and especially Junagadh Agricultural University, Junagadh, to giving we people such a great opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Drashti. Thank you very much. Now we'll have one feedback from College of Agriculture, Khapat. Okay. Can we have Kunali Nanda over there? Kunali, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, you can give your feedback. Keep it short, okay?
I just want to conclude that from this 5-day training program, from the first day I was not interested in this economics, but from this 5-day program I just know and I get aware about what the things actually are. So first day was about the blockchain technology, which was distributed databases. This comprises of unchangeable digitally recorded data in blockchains. And there we have 3 types of blockchains like public, consortium, and private. So after that session, I just get aware what is actually the blockchain and how it will help us in the real life situation. Second session was the Shiv Kumar sir, that he covers the mainly all sectors, different food sectors like food marbles, simply good jars, and many more. And he also taught us how the jars are reusable and it can be covered with many plastics and all to ensure the freshness. Lecture that
Only on the major learnings, what you have learned, what skills you have obtained, not on each and every. In general, what you have learned.
I got the eyes on my Pragati ma'am that how she helps the farmers in their own by paying their own, and yeah, I just wanna.
So you want to help your farmers in a locality, right?
Yes.
You want to help your farmers, right?
Yes.
So how you are going to help through digital marketing?
So actually, I try my level best and nearby whatever the farmers, if they have facing problem, I would suggest to go that link and sell their products, their produce in a best way as possible.
Okay, thank you, Vinay. Thank you for it. I will have one last feedback. Sakshi, are you ready, Sakshi? Can we have a feedback?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Be short, be crisp. Within 1 minute, you have to give feedback.
Okay, sir. Good evening to all. Myself, Sakshi Pujwasi. In first, I would like to thank all sirs for the organizing this training program and giving me a chance. There had been a lot of to learn during the last 5 day sessions, which is not only for my entrepreneurship but also very beneficial for developing confidence in our daily life. Many innovation and ideas, skills, such marketing skills and communication skills are huge bit of knowledge to us for a success the business for future aspect. Besides the zero budget agro marketing is also attract me because the rural farmers having lack of knowledge can easily participate in it. This training connect us to our current affairs and new technology in agriculture sector, like how the agri bill will work for the farmer in the future and how blockchain will help in the facing the problem of agri supply chain and increase the security and transparency. Not only in the domestic region but also in the abroad, how we can improve the business more efficiency by using like innovation idea in green coconut. And is the marketing communication skill on that information are interesting and beneficial to our future aspect. So now I want to be finished. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sakshi. So with this, we have the feedback of students of different colleges. It seems that the program has been beneficial for them. They have learned a thing or two on entrepreneurship, on blockchain technology, on startup schemes and all. They have been made aware of the export procedures, documentation procedures, and also about export promotion measures of Government of Gujarat, Government of India, and also about digital marketing skills. So hope students would continue learning and keep themselves updated. Right now, it's time for us to have the keynote address. For that, I welcome Dr. P. Ramasundaram sir, National Coordinator, JAU-IDP, ICR New Delhi, and I invite you, sir, for your keynote address, please. Sir, you're muted, sir. You have to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Swaminathan. Good evening to all. Respected Dr. Chavatia Saab, Honorable Vice Chancellor and Principal Investigator of IDP JAU, Dr. Chauhan Saab, the Registrar and Co-PA, our guests of honor, Sri Satish Salivati and Sri Jatin Kataria, Dr. Manoj Saab, Dr. K.C. Patel, Dr. Gajipara, Dr. Parpara, and Dr. Kund, and all student friends. I deem it my pleasure to be invited here, and I thank the organizers for that to giving me an opportunity to share my views. And also, I thank and appreciate the students for their participation in this 5 days program and their overwhelming presence today, despite being a national holiday. Salute to you. And for the benefit of the students and the guests of honor, I would like to recount what is this program is all about. This IDP comes from the National Agricultural Higher Education Program, supported by World Bank and Government of India on a 50:50 cost sharing basis with a project outlay of 1100 crores, implemented since 2017 for 5 years. The time when the exchange rate was 64, now value would have increased by at least 100 crores more, I believe. And it has got several components. One of the components is IDP. As of now, we have put in place 18 IDPs, and JAU Junagadh is one of the pioneers to be sanctioned in the first year itself, in the first round itself. For each IDP, we have given on an average of 24.5 crore. And we have certain major elements pinned to the project development objective, that is to enhance the relevance and quality of agricultural higher education in India. Quality we aim to enhance by aligning the course content and course curricula to the skill set demands by industry. Relevance is by putting in place technically verifiable instruments like IDP, which will, during its implementation, will have features for enhancing the learning outcome of the students, teaching effectiveness of the faculty, and attracting talented students, and so on. In the process, we have made provision to enhance the student diversity, faculty diversity, international outlook among students and faculty, and activating alumni network for funding, branding, and mentoring, and many such elements. And these are all only indicative. And we don't come into the micromanagement. We leave it to the individual IDP's innovation and imagination to have in their program whatever that is adds up to the realization of this objective. Till now, we have conducted more than 2,000 such events, and the number of direct beneficiaries more than 50,000. Under the foreign exchange program, we have sent 377 undergraduate students abroad. This is the first time we have put in place a project where we have given an opportunity for undergraduate students to be sent abroad. But for the incidence of COVID, I think our strike rate would have been more than 500 now. Similarly, we have till now sent more than 120 faculty members for international training, varying from 2 months to 6 months. Our real objective was to have some sort of dual degree program, sandwich program, and tuning arrangement, not less than a semester. Many universities are having difficulty in realizing that because of the likelihood of some of these students missing their batch and lagging. And we requested our universities to pass necessary reforms under their academic council so that the foreign training will be co-opted and facilitated by public transfer, and that is also on the table, and JAU also has contributed for it, and I thank JAU for that. And I think JAU alone has conducted more than 50 such programs. If you see this program, this particular training program, it has been well structured and contributing to most of the objectives. Our major purpose was to impart and instill among our students a sort of skill and entrepreneurial concept. Not only that they should come out with a kind of knowledge associated with the acquisition of degree. During the formulation of this program, we had taken inputs from industry, which, while acknowledging that our students are all very knowledgeable, they lamented that they lack the necessary skills. The kind of skills which they meant was marketing skill, presentation skills, communication skills, all that have been, I think, addressed in this. And I happen to listen some of the lectures. Most of the time I keep my system on, but in between I have to attend other meetings also. I think that the course outline has been well structured. The success of the course is in identifying the resource person. That has been exemplarily done. Yesterday during my evening walk, I had an opportunity to listen to blockchain, which I missed in the first lecture itself. For 1 hour 50 minutes, it was so engaging, and he has nicely brought out the major elements where agriculture students as domain experts can exploit or contribute. That is traceability, trackability, and transparency, and even certification. We have taken a nice example of even organic agriculture. And also now in his address he told technology, innovation, and this kind of startups are the buzzwords now. All these things have been addressed. Besides, it was also very engaging like that. If I remember, Dr. Pragati Gokhale, my mobile, my marketing. These are all the requirements of our students. because there is no use sending them with just knowledge as we all have done in our generation. We expect that at least a few of our students should end up as job providers than mere job seekers. And Gujarat is the right place in realizing that kind of objective. And JAU, I am very happy, is precisely at this addressing this problem. And the digital marketing, then even decoding commodity, the farm bills. And this is a game changer bill. Of course, there may be some misinformation campaign, and the students who address, my personal appeal for you is that you have to educate, be it your parents if you are from farming family, or if you have relatives among yourselves who are doing farming, that what are the apprehensions that have been expressed are totally misplaced. There is nothing of that sort. We have to change, because the present APMC all have been put in place as a sort of vintage colonial legacy. Now with the changing times, we have to take the market to the doorsteps of the farmers. It is not that farmer can go to market. That was a time when there was no enough connectivity, enough transport, enough communication was not there. We put in that kind of thing. Now it is a technology. In this training itself, we must have understood what are the kinds of markets available, how most of the things can be done just by the swiping or clicking your mobile phone. These are all the things. Then besides these things, coming to enhancing the learning outcome, which is one of our core objective, we want you to address this by enhancing your infrastructure, that is putting in place a better physical ambience of smart classes, digital classes, virtual classroom, and JAU has already done it. Then HRD, by sending them or giving them an opportunity for international exposure for both faculty and students, that also narrated by Dr. Monad Sab and Dr. Kawan, the precise numbers they gave. Then the third means is networking. Networking with industries and alumni. Alumni, I told we have to rope in them for their expertise, particularly overseas alumni who are well placed, have them as student guides, and even for crowdfunding or mobilizing and mentoring. Then industry has to be co-opted for curriculum revision, course evaluation, even have them as faculty members. There we have given money for even institution of vocational or certification courses on pilot basis. I think JAU has done something in this regard, particularly with respect to application of artificial intelligence in agricultural engineering. Then the last way of enhancing this learning outcome among students, as envisaged in the project, was leveraging on technology. We just narrated some kind of example, leverage on blockchains, machine learning, IoTs, anything of that sort. If based on the availability of expertise and consultancy, you can go ahead. Artificial intelligence application. We have seen that Tamil Nadu Veterinary University has come out with an artificial application of developing a virtual cow, wherein after the classroom teaching, the students can experiment anytime, anywhere learning. If I brought it with my mobile, I can bring the cow on my table here. I can send it to your table. Meaning, those kind of skills which cannot be repeated by the class teacher in the classroom again and again, or that kind of technologies or experimental species which are rare. See, for example, this animals available for surgery or even for medical students, the cadaver availability is something very rare commodity. And this kind of non-invasive techniques where a surgery can be practiced by the student on a virtual animal. That means there is no need for actual living or dead animal. This kind of thing. I have got a kind of 4 minutes clipping for students' benefit, permitting after the president's address. Swaminathan, if you are willing, you can screen. And all these things are being addressed through these IDPs. Now we are putting 18 IDPs, and one more or two more will be in place very soon. And I am very happy to see that JAU is one of the foremost and pioneer university having put in place a successful IDP, which was also appreciated by the World Bank during the last annual review. I remember the days when Dr. P.M. Chauhan and Dr. Manat came to us for formulation of concept note. I accept telling that you go for something application of artificial intelligence. I was not in a position, my subject is agricultural economics, but once I gave the idea, we being engineers are picked up and it's going well. And I have seen, they have done enough in this kind of drone application, and even they have tie-up with something, the Dhirubhai Ambani Institute. Good number of students have been trained, and I think they have come out with the mobile application also. And Dr. Manat Saab was this thing. Recently, we had a 15 days training on IPR. There, we were advised to go for copyright, take copyrights of mobile application apps also.
Yes,
this added information for you. Okay,
Right.
that is your university property, and that has to be preserved. So I am very much pleased with the content of this lecture and the overwhelming participation of the students. And the only handicap in our implementation was this unforeseen and unexpected incidents of COVID. Or else I think for students, those who are in the third year and final year, at least 10, 15 more of you would have been given an opportunity, and some of your staff, that has not happened. And for the benefit of the guest of honors, I want to say one more thing. We have allocated under each IDP at least 3 crores for student international program, 3 crores for faculty development, and 3 crores for skill and entrepreneurship development. And the skill and entrepreneurship development is the cornerstone of this program, because we want our students come with skill, not just with knowledge. Because today's world, knowledge, for example, I am here, I am very knowledgeable. But today, if I go out, whether I have the enough skill to sustain myself, that is the new question which most of us may not have. Very small example I can say, almost all of us are having vehicles. Suppose my vehicle tire goes flat in a busy road, perhaps I will sweat out. Theoretically, I know how to change it, but a mechanic may change it in 2 minutes. This kind of skill, particularly those students who are coming from farming family, there is enough opportunity today in every house, even if in a village, they have got all kinds of electronic gadgets. There is a scope for at least 2-3 mechanics in each village, but they have to rent their mixie, grinder, mobile, whatnot to the nearest market. Our students of our times did not have an opportunity to put in Setrite, sprayer, which has gone out of order. I'm telling for agriculture students, most of these guests sitting here are from agriculture engineering, so it may not be applicable for them. I'm telling just an example, this kind of things. Other than, sir, we want them to have soft skills of anything. Communication skill, presentation skill, spoken English skill, scientific English skill, and in this lecture on export-import skill development, I think Dr. Swaminathan, it was clear enough?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The resource person. He talked about even negotiation skills,
yes,
writing skills, mathematics skills, such things. But these are all the things. And regular your curricula will not allow. So we have asked them to source right resource person, not from our faculty. Let it be an individual or from a HRD firm. There is no depth of resources, any kind of skill. And only thing, our caveat is that it should be demand driven. We should not force anything on the student. Let it come from them. I want to improve my spoken English, means give them an opportunity. Somebody wants, no, I want to have my communication skills. Give them opportunity, because they know better. I am telling whatever is only illustrative. Let them pick up from their college friends. Let them from other engineering colleges, medical colleges, IIT, IIM, such things. So this is a wider canvas, IDP. It is up to the implementing agency to do anything they want in cooperation, in participation with the student, and on their demand. I am personally happy that IDP JAU is doing a great job. Dr. Chavatia sir, thanks for that, and for the entire team. And with this, I would like to conclude my speech. and again congratulating the students and thanking them for their participation, and goodbye.
Thank you, sir, for your keynote address, elaborating the outlines of NAHEB IDP and how it is beneficial for the students and what students can do still. Thank you, sir, for outlining that. Now it's time for our presidential address. I request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. V.P. Chautia Sahib, who is also the PA of this project, for his presidential address.
This occasion, good evening to all. Respected Dr. Ramasundram Sahib, NC, NAHEP, IDP, ICR New Delhi, Mr. Satish Salivati, Mr. Jatin Kataria, our Director of Extension Education, Dr. Gajipura, our Registrar, Dr. Chauhan, Dean, College of Agriculture, Dr. Kunt, Co-PI, Dr. Mohanot, and Nodal is bearing the responsibility of Nodal ICR, Dr. Mohanot, Director of IT, Dr. K.C. Patel, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Tarapra and Dr. Swaminathan, all the supporting staff and dear students. I am happy to greet you all on this auspicious occasion of Mahatma Gandhi Jayanti. It is good to have you here on the valedictory session of the 5-day entrepreneurship development training program on emerging dimension in agribusiness development and trade, organized by the Department of Agriculture Economics, College of Agriculture, JAU Junagadh. Apart from the 12 different sessions on various topics related to the latest development in the farm sector, like New Farm Bill 2020, digital marketing trends, startup culture in agriculture, blockchain technology, commodity trading, etc. You students are also fortunate to have the opportunity of listening to the guest of honors and keynote address of our NC, Dr. Ramasundram sir. I also learned from the feedback given by you that all the sessions have turned out to be useful in developing your technical entrepreneurial, business and analytical skills. I also understand through this training program, you have understood the importance of non-curricular soft skill to boost your confidence and improve your decision-making ability regarding the future endeavor. I observed that this 5 days training program has instilled a favorable inclination among the students for setting up either their own business, startups, or choose different career paths. I would like to add that already our students have launched 6 different startups, and the role of various training programs conducted under the IDP is phenomenal in this regard. Hope more students would soon launch their own startup with the motivation received from these special lectures. But dear students, success is 1%. Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Now that you all have inspired with something new in you, you need to practice a lot and keep searching for knowledge and keep updating yourselves non-stop. Through this NAHEP IDP, we have also sent 24 of our undergraduate students to different international training institutes, and we could see a marked positive change in their professional conduct and communication. It is my pleasure as well as honor to thank both National Director of NAHEP and National Coordinator of NAHEP IDP for your trust on us and for your support, for your continuous support in taking forward all the IDP related activities. I also congratulate and render my best wishes to all the
principal and co-PI of various colleges, as well as convener of the various IDP cell for successfully organizing various IDP activities from time to time and for keeping the process of learning uninterrupted. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi Sahab, while inaugurating the new educational policy, has indicated that it is important for students to develop 5 new skills: critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, curiosity, and communication. I sincerely hope that all our NAHGP IDP programs are exactly focused on developing these key traits and catapult our students forward. With these few words, I end my address. Thank you all. Jai Hind, and especially thanks to Dr. Ramasundram Sahab to helping us each and every stage in our IDP program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presidential remarks, outlining the importance of this program, and also thanking our guest of honors. Also thanking Dr. Ramasundram sir for his giving interest. Thank you, sir. Now it's time for vote of thanks. I, on the behalf of Department of Agriculture Economics, College of Agriculture, Junagadh, Education Junagadh, would like to submit our thanks to Dr. VP Chotia Sahib, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, as well as the PI, NAHEP IDP of the university, for his guidance, motivation, and overall support in each and every activity of our IDP training program. Also, thank you, sir, for your presidential address. I also take this opportunity to thank respected Dr. P. Ramasundram, sir, National Coordinator, NAHEP, ICR New Delhi, for being present in many of our lectures, guiding us, and as well as for your overall support, sir. Thank you. I also thank respected Mr. Satish Salivati, sir, co-founder and CEO, Intellect Solutions, and also leading blockchain practitioner, for your wonderful lecture on blockchain technology for agriculture. Thank you, sir. And also, thank you very much for being a part of this valedictory session. I also thank Mr. Jatin Kataria, sir, founder and CEO, V-Shaper, and screening committee member of Startup India Scheme Rajkot. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful lecture on startup culture and agriculture. And thank you for being a part of this valedictory session. Thank you again, sir. I also thank respected H.M. Gajipara, sir, convener of this training program, as well as the director of Extension Education of our university. I also thank respected Dr. P.F. Chavan Sahib, registrar and co-PI IDP. Also thank Dr. P. Monath, sir, ADR and nodal officer of ICAR of our university. I also thank Dr. K. Kun, sir, principal and co-PI of our college, and all the principals and co-PIs of various colleges. I thank Dr. K.C. Patel, sir, director ITCL, for his support. And last but not least, I thank dear students for joining us over Google Meet, and as well as other faculties and students across the country who have joined us over YouTube. We have, apart from 100 students of our university, we had 218 applications from across the country. They were joined over YouTube link, and thank you for your support. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Saman.
Now it's time for national anthem. I request all our dignitaries as well as our students to rise up from their seats for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाये तव जय गाथा जन गण मन